Hello and welcome to DarkMouse's Daily Scroll with your host DarkMouse, and I'm alone this time. Hanaconda is out, I think with the local archery club. Thefia is still away, and he'll be back Thursday, I think. So yes, today you have me to yourself, all to yourself, which is quite good. Now, I had an email earlier on from the ESL. Those of you who took part in the Scrolls Open Cup and who haven't yet checked your emails, I would check the email that you used to sign up to the ESL tournament, because apparently now there is a ESL 1-on-1 series happening, which yes, I'll be doing my very best to take part in. As I said, I had an interview earlier today, so hopefully I'll have a job by the end of the week. I'll probably need to work 2 jobs to get enough money in to pay for rent and stuff, so these videos might become more like a once every other day thing, or they might be up a little bit later than you guys are used to. Not that these are up really early at all, but there are days when we can get them up early. That will probably stop once I'm in work. Just a heads up there, guys. If the videos stop coming out as regularly, or if they are quite a bit later than you anticipated, then that's why. So here we are in a quick match. Again, quick matches seem to be very, quick to find. I mean, I tend to click quick match, choose my deck, and normally I'll click ranked match and choose them as well. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I haven't really had a lot of chance to click the ranked match thing, because as soon as I click quick match, I get a game, basically. So it's quite obvious that Scrolls has taken an upturn in popularity, and which is quite good. I'm very glad to see that. It's a good game that deserves that uptake in popularity. Pardon me. Wow, poor guest house. I managed to draw 2 sparks in a row, getting rid of an undead husk and a bitroot. Ouch. That's unfortunate. But it's energy against decay this time around. So there's another bitroot down. They're determined to get that to stay where it is. Sorry guys, if I do cough a lot in this episode, I apologise. I don't mean to, but I seem to have a bad throat or something, which might go away. It hopefully will go away soon, but if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Yeah. So here we are, and we're going to burn that bitroot, because that's what we do, and 2 clock libraries. In 2 turns time, I'll have 2 clock libraries that will hopefully get me a cumulative total of 6 cards. Wahey. So yeah, ESL series, guys, take a look at it, check it out. I haven't signed up to it yet, but I will be doing so in the near future. And I hope to see some of you guys playing there. If you see me playing, or if you see me in the runnings, challenge me, say hi, or some other stuff like that, perhaps. It would be nice. So this is interesting. I got a Gravelock down, an infected Gravelock. Now the infected Gravelock is an interesting little unit. It's a 2/3 creature, and it's a couple of decay, 2 decay, but it can't move. Yeah, so you can buff it up as much as you like, but it can't actually move, and it's very susceptible to being burned, as it's only got a cumulative total of 3 health. But again, it's actually a really good unit to start to lead off with, because it does just attack in that one lane. You don't ever need to worry about not having moved it, or having misplaced it. Well, obviously, if you've misplaced it, you've misplaced it. But you don't need to worry so much about, not moving it, because it won't move. Which means you can put things like Dryatic Power on it, which will power it up, and you won't lose any maneuverability. It's brilliant. And of course, there's a creature that will stop my burns now. It will not only stop me burning, it will stop me putting down any creature that they can quickly get rid of. Because the Harvester, I think he's 4 decay resource, is particularly nasty. He's actually Decay's answer to the Solemn Giant. He's a little bit tougher at 8/6, but that's because you don't pay for his countdown to go down. It only goes down every time a creature dies, which is interesting. So I'm getting rid of the Gun Automaton there, so I can play down an Automated Forge well out of the way of anything else. Well, to protect the clock library, because those things are vital to my play sometimes. I mean, they're not always, but in order to get my deck cycling properly, they really need to be in there. Like, really need to be in there. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, the automated filter goes down. But yeah, the Harvester is quite nasty. Again, same attack as a Solemn Giant. He's actually almost more nasty because he's got Relentless on him as well. So he will just attack and keep attacking. Interesting. So I have Violent Dispersal. I want to keep the Solemn Giant in my hand though, so I'm just going to keep that up and put the Solemn Giant down. Or am I? Again, post-production guys, very sorry. You will possibly at some point see a live game played between myself and Hanaconda, or myself and one of the other Void cast, Cassius, Thefia, or Seka, possibly. And possibly Matterspore. We shall see. And hopefully you'll get both our voices on that. We'll probably sit across the table from each other with the mic in between us so we can get the full range of voices of us. Brain Lace and then my Asmawell. That's not going to go down well for me because now my Gun Automaton is very close to being dead. So, now here's a problem I have. If I kill any units that are adjacent to the Elmire Rot Eater, so any creatures on their side, they are going to A, get a boost to the Elmire Rot Eater, and B, they are going to, and will end up counting down the Harvester. Harvesters, as I've said, they're a more nasty version of the Solemn Giant for decay. I say more nasty because there are cards in there that you can enchant to it that every time a creature dies, its countdown goes down by 2. Yeah, if you play a Decay Growth deck, things like Fertile Soil, which get you more cards, you can use those to, sacrifice your own creatures. Or, if you have a couple of Harvesters out, and you've got an Elmire Rot Eater surrounded by a load of creatures that are about to die anyway, play Grizzly Graph down, and that will sacrifice all the creatures adjacent to the Elmire Rot Eater, giving it double what it would normally get for Grizzly Graft because the Elmire Rot Eater's personal effect. And if you also have that particular enchantment on the Harvester, then it will count down rather quickly. Obviously not something you can do quite that often, but so yeah, here we are. I've sacrificed a Concentrate Fire as well. In hindsight, I probably should have gotten rid of the Incendiaries. If only, actually no, because they got Pillar of Disease there, and Pillars of Disease can have that annoying little effect of reducing the attack of everything on the roll that it's on by 1. Which is kind of annoying, I'll be quite honest. What's also kind of annoying is that because I haven't been defending my middle row, because I don't want the Elmire Rot Eater to power up, and I don't want the Harvester to count down, I've not been bothering to protect it. Which means I'm now in quite the situation. Because unfortunately for me, that means that, that means that I'm now going to have to spread my forces across 4 different idols. I'm not in a really awful situation, but as you can see, I've lost an idol and they've got no idols touched, basically. Now, what it means now is that Gravelock is not going to be able to do anything. It's stuck there and can't move. And because it's pure decay, if it wasn't pure decay, we'd know it by now. And because it is pure decay, they've got no way of moving it other than getting rid of it. So now, they're going to lose their Oblivion Seeker. They've also lost the Pillar of Disease, and that means the Harvester is now at quite the dangerous level of being on 1 countdown. 1 more creature dies, and it will attack. And it has Relentless. It can annihilate most of an idol on one side, or the entire row, and a bit of an idol on the other one. So it now just all depends on what they do next. They've sacrificed for more resources. Now I'm in trouble, because now I have a Searing Shackles on that unit. And because I can't move that structure, it's going to make my idol take continual damage. Which I'll admit is kind of annoying. Now, and they just atrophied my, right, okay, fair enough. So now it's a case of having to figure out basically how to play anything. You know, what am I going to do next? So, now I can, if I sack for resources, get that Solemn Giant, and he will annihilate the guy up there, and that is exactly what we're going to do. Now I have a way of getting rid of that bloody Harvester. It can finally go screw itself. The Harvester is a great card, don't get me wrong. I think it's amazing. Just for the ability to kill off creatures and its countdown to reach 0 eventually. It means if you mix a little bit of energy in with your deck, you've got something that you can almost continually count down to 0 every turn, as long as you can do enough removal. Again, if you tag it with... actually, screw tagging with anything. Just surround it with creatures, and then Grizzly Graft it. Not only will it... Not only will it count down to 0, but for every creature adjacent to it, if you've managed to surround it entirely, we'll make it 6. You will get a creature at 14/12 attacking with Relentless. There is nothing that can withstand that unless it has plating or something on it, or unless it's managed to be buffed to such high toughness that it can manage it. There's just nothing that can withstand it now. And yeah, I'm just going to count down the Solemn Giant a little bit, because I've rigged up the Automated Forge, so if they kill it now, it's going to kill one of their things, which isn't a bad deal for me, really. What I need to do is get rid of those rats without powering up the Illmire Rot Eater, which is really annoying, because Illmire Rot Eaters, if you can play them right, can be really quite potent things. And this guy's Guest House has played them particularly well. Now, I am on a bit of a timer here, because that Searing Shackles, even though I'll still have one idol left to live through after this, that Searing Shackles needs to get gotten rid of, basically. Or I need to win soon, because ow, and there's another Illmire Rot Eater. Amazing. Yeah, this is what Decay can do. Decay is quite similar to Growth in that regard, I think, that it can just throw units down. If you get the right mix of it, because I know there are quite expensive Decay cards, quite expensive Decay creature cards, such as, you know, the Illmire, Witch Doctor, the Oblivion Seeker, Life Stealer. All three of those are at 5 resources. I think Blightbearer is 4 resources, which isn't too bad. And now I have a Metal Wonder. Amazing. I finally have a way of dealing damage to their idols indirectly. That is the only card in all of Energy that can indirectly damage idols. It's brilliant. Now that I do have 2 Metal Wonders, you guys may at some point see me try out my Structures deck. I say may, there's no plans for it to happen tomorrow, there's no plans for it to happen for the rest of the week, but if the fat mood takes me, I'll try an all Structures deck, which I'm fairly sure will lead to some quite hilarious things. When I say hilarious, I mean I may get steamrolled entirely. At this point, I'm just hoping that Illmire Rot Eater will die horribly. No. That was silly of me. Though in all fairness, the Illmire Rot Eater could have just moved down one and gnomed its way through a couple of there we go, good automatons. He's going to do that. Because for every unit that creature kills now, because it's got Pestis on it, it will spawn a rat. And for every rat that it spawns, well, every rat on the field, it will have +1 attack. Which means you can make quite a powerful creature, already quite more powerful. Think of what you could do if you put Harvester with Pestis, and had the ability to just remove your opponent's creatures. Now here's the interesting fact. I think they've got an inkling that they're not really going to be able to get rid of my Metal Wonder anytime soon. So, what they've done is they've put Searing Shackles on it, which it cost them 2 on one of their idols. However, what it also did was made sure that because I can't move my Metal Wonder, Now I have 2 idols taking damage. And ow, now I remember that. I did that by accident. This guy's going, why didn't you kill off the Ilmaria Eater? That's why. Because I was an idiot. And guess what? I forgot that when you got it highlighted, the next unit you click on is what you burn. Because I was a dipshit. So I did that instead. Because why the hell not? I mean, yes, it means that that particular harvester is now on 2 straight away, but they don't have a lot left in the way of, well, anything now, mostly. So I've done some more damage to their idols, and that Pillar of Disease is just on 1 health. 1 health. It will die soon. It will die horribly soon. Because I have another Thunder Surge in my hand. Which means all of that on that side of the board is going to die. Which is going to be hilarious. Because, yeah, against any army, it's really bad to group up your creatures unless you have no choice. Oh, that was a bad idea. I suppose the thinking there is they surely won't have enough, another Thunder Surge to do that with. Not only do I have another Thunder Surge, I have another Metal Wonder now, which means every spell or enchantment they play, they're going to be taking 4 damage cumulatively. Metal Wonders were a brilliant addition by Mojang, and I am so glad they have them. And there is a Thunder Surge. There was my phone too. And that is board clearing. That's how you do it properly, ladies and gentlemen. That is how energy clears a board. It's quite nice. Just to see so much of your opponent's stuff just disappear. Because now, Guest House is in a bit of a pickle. Now I've managed to turtle up again properly, and there we go, there's an idol dead for me, and most of that damage has been done through the Metal Wonders, which is brilliant. And they hex marks their Ilmaria, didn't they? Oh, oops. Yeah, unfortunately for them though, I now have Violent Dispersal. I can get rid of all of their creatures now. And I could do if I wanted to, I suppose. I don't know why I'm not, because that would be the smart thing to do. But no, I'm going for the gold straight away apparently, and I'm Ember. Did I even see the Violent Dispersal in my hand? This is what I've got to wonder right now. Did I even see the Violent Dispersal in my hand? Or did I just look at it and think, huh, well that's not useful. I mean, seriously, what kind of... Oh, I'm such an idiot. Like, I really am. That was... Well, on the plus side, I've now killed a second idol. And they've got another Mangy Rat. Ow. I could do with a burn. I don't need a burn. I got Violent Dispersal. Why didn't I use that last go? Oh well. Oh well. It doesn't particularly matter. I mean, they are in quite the bad position now. And now, granted I'm in a worse one, if they can hold me off for 4 turns, they can win. Now they said GG, and I know why. Because they didn't move anything up to defend that idol that was on 4. Now, what should I do in response to this? Oh look, I can kill some of their stuff. Oops. Oh, and then I typed in that you could pull it back from this. I have seen people pull it back from worse. I've pulled it back from worse. However, the silly thing there is that I could have won right there and then. And for some reason, I just didn't see it. It was like, oh look, there's an idol in front of me with 4 damage left on it. My Callan Automaton can't do 5 damage, can it? No, I'm fairly sure it doesn't. Okay, let's move it. Why? Because I can kill stuff. Kill creatures! That's what it's all about, right? And as a result, if I'd managed to... now, Guest House was a really good spot here and said, well, it would have been GG if you hadn't moved your Callan Automaton. Oops. Whoops. Now, that's interesting. Now, there's no actual way for me to... Yeah, ow. The Metal Wonders are doing brilliant damage here. I suppose the thinking there is that they can just defend their idols now and build up a good force, because most of my removal will be in my graveyard by now. There's no way I can have a lot of him left. And they're right. Theoretically, at this point in the game, they should have every reason to, you know, be able to defend themselves from there. If it wasn't for the fact that I have the Solemn Giant. And unfortunately, that Solemn Giant does 8 damage. That idol only has 4 left, and yeah. Well, the Undead Husk is dead as well, unfortunately. And there's actually nothing I can do to kill off that top idol. So, 3 idols dead today. And a really good game by Guest House. I don't want to say I wasn't a top form, I was just being really absent-minded and stupid. Which is ridiculous. So, I do now believe we have enough to get a scroll pack, and we are in the right format. So, we have a Winged Soldier, an Eye of Eagle, that's useful for me actually, for my Humanity deck. The Draining Mist, because I don't have tons of those already. Powerbound, now that's really useful, that gets me order. Again, going in the quad colour deck. Woodland Memorial, going in the quad colour deck. Tick Bomb, I got tons of those already, jeez. Travel Memorial, I think I already have 3 of those. Royal Spearman, another human for my deck. Blessing of Haste, very useful actually. Very, very useful. An Ilmire Witch Doctor, again, because you know I don't have one of those already. That's all I have time for today, guys. Please like, favourite and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. If you didn't, then, well, you didn't enjoy it, so that's that really. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry if today's been a bit more tired than usual. I've been quite busy. But yeah, I shall see you later. Have fun scrolling, guys.